All right, so you have this story to tell us about Barry Goldwater.
Yeah, well, Julie and David are here, and I don't know if Jerry's forgotten to tell them or not, but Barry Goldwater, everyone knows who he is. Well, he was going to be speaking at the Hamvention, and Dad had just gotten out of the hospital. Well, Bob Wilson, was a good friend of ours, was meeting him at the airport. This is Barry Goldwater at the airport. So what does he do? He comes down dogleg, and he stops in front of the house. And we're all out there. We've got signs and everything, and we're all out there. And Dad shakes hands with Barry Goldwater and has a nice conversation with him and everything like that, So he did manage to go to the banquet where he was a speaker. But that week, Joanne and I think it was Ed also were in history class, and Mr. Brown, I don't remember, but asked the kids, all of them, who famous was in town that weekend, and nobody knew, and they said, well, the kids, you should know Barry Goldwater, and he says, oh yeah, he stopped at our house, and we all met him. So yeah, so Dad got a picture and had it blown up. We had taken pictures naturally and had it blown up, and they took it to school to show that the kids actually did. He did come to the house, and they said, your dad shook hands with Barry Goldwater in his bathrobe? I said, he just got down the hospital. I said, yes. And it's a nice blue, etc. plaid one, very pretty. So,
yeah.
Yes, lots of fun with that, man, lots of fun with that. See, you don't doubt people when they say things happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, Dad had been in the hospital, just gotten out of the hospital for back surgery?
The back stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I can't even remember what year it was, so, but he was in the hospital in 54, and again a little later, and then he had surgery in 74, 75. Well, one of the two, 74.
And do you remember which Hamvention this was?
No, I'm trying to think. I cannot remember. But it had to be in the 50s or the 70s.
Well, it had to be in the 70s because I wasn't alive in the 50s.
Yeah, I know, but you remember it then?
I remember.
Well, Joanne and Ed were in the 9th grade.
Okay.
I remember that. And he wasn't there, but we did visit Barry Goldwater's home and his radio station, Mammoth. Boy, great. And his home, overlooked the mountains there in Arizona, the hills and stuff. It was very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can, the connections you have of all the people who were ham radio operators, amateur radio operators.
Dad was known all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got all kinds of messages, and there were messages posted. Oh, yeah. And you mentioned that, and I think, I'm just trying to think, somebody was telling me that a friend of theirs lives up in Tip City, and he's a ham, and they mentioned, oh, my dad was too, and he said, oh, yeah, I know your dad. See, Yeah.
I've even had some, because I remember W80K, and I've even mentioned it to someone, and they're like, I know him.
Yep.
Yes.
And I remember that Christmas where we were all looking through those hundreds and hundreds of cards that they
the
sent
DX card. Or
Yeah,
the DX
yeah,
card.
well, yeah.
Call cards.
Call cards and a lot of the DX.
Joanne's going to hit me. I should know that.
Oh.
Yeah, he had cards from around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, he had gotten all countries.
He had, he didn't have all, he had 375 countries, then got a few more. A lot of countries had been deleted. They were no longer on the list, but he had some of those. And then I know whenever there were any de-expeditions, as you know, when guys went out to different countries, he always got on, and he always, when I first knew him, he did nothing but CW, that's code, did nothing but that. And then later he did do the phone, but he enjoyed CW more than anything else, because I know when they went on their de-expeditions, 2 years they went up to Canada, Quebec, above the 50th parallel, and they couldn't go for the code or the CW, and they had to go up on the phone because the guy that the first year, the fellow that made the arrangements, they had some video that they showed as soon as they got home. That man reminded me of a short Abe Lincoln. Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it was a short Abe Lincoln. But that in November, he sent pictures, and you know how they got these construction huts that whenever they're doing construction, the snow was up to the top of that.
Wow.
Because they were 50 miles beyond the last road. So yeah, they were up in the James Bay, Hudson Bay area.
Ooh, nice.
So Indians.
Yeah.
He had some. Wish you could find them gorgeous pictures of the aurora borealis.
Oh wow.
Oh,